Halloween. Forgive me if you hear a little noise in the background. October finally decided to kick in this week, so temperatures have been dipping pretty quick, and it's already like 38 degrees according to my thermostat, give or take. So you're gonna hear a little bit of the heat on. Halloween, obviously based off the Friday the 13th franchise, if I'm not mistaken. This one's actually a direct sequel to the original, ignoring everything else that has happened, including Rob Zombie, Halloween's 2 through Resurrection. Everything is ignored. This is essentially like a true follow-up to it, taking place 40 years after the events of the original one. Michael Myers was basically caught that night, and he's been incarcerated, and he escapes, goes after Laurie Strode again, so forth and so on. Jamie Lee Curtis reprises her role. And look, I'm really hit and miss when it comes to the ironically, I was going to do this anyway, but one of my viewers, Dylan, actually asked me to review this and the Halloween franchise. Here's my quick rundown of the Halloween movies, like within 2 minutes. I really like the first one. First one is a classic, little slow, but still one of the redefining movies of the genre. Second one, they upped their deaths a bit, and they upped the intensity a little bit, but still an overall decent movie. Season of the Witch, really cool little horror Halloween movie, just not a Halloween movie, as everything else is based on Michael Myers, and it's even called The Curse of Michael Myers, I believe. No, it's not. That's Season of the Witch, sorry. 4 through 6 are just, they got some okay kills. That's about it, because that's when you get into the supernatural aspect, and like, that's not what he's just supposed to be pure evil. He's not actually supposed to be supernatural, so that kind of just takes me out of it. H2O went back to the roots of Halloween a bit, and that was not bad at all. Resurrection's got Busta Rhymes in it, so that was fun. That one's not that good, but still it's fun. And I don't like to talk about the Rob Zombie ones. I'm not a big fan of those ones that much, because I'm not a Rob Zombie fan film-wise. Music-wise, I don't mind Rob Zombie, but film-wise, I am not a fan of Rob Zombie. So there's my quick rundown of all the Halloween films. This one, I like this one. This was a really, see, this is how you do a some odd years later sequel. It was able to really capture the tension of the original Halloween while still giving us some pretty horrific deaths, if I'm going to be honest. We actually see, as they even joke, is like, oh, you're New Loomis. New Loomis gets his face crushed in. It's like, holy shit. One guy's, like, 2 cops' heads are, like, hollowed out. Just, seriously, just, some fucking heart. We see him, like, choke out a kid, like, just break a kid's neck. And we see a lot of teens die in this again. Even Foggy Nelson. That made me sad. Foggy the actor who plays Foggy on Daredevil. He was in this as a young kid. That actor's got a big forehead. Yeah, he died. That was sad. In fact, the only one that doesn't die, now that I think about it, is the Dick, now ex-boyfriend of the daughter of the granddaughter of Laurie. So, yeah. But it's really, first off, I mean, if you want to get kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to go in deep on this. It is actually, and New Loomis, I can't remember his name, he's a German doctor. New Loomis even says, like, some victims cope with things in different ways, blah, 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 blah. And this is a kind of good example of how a trauma like that can really shape the rest of your life. Laurie Strode, she even says, I'm crazy, I'm unhinged, and all that. But you know what? If the way I raised my daughter prepared her for the ugliness of the world, then so be it. So yeah, honestly, there are scenes I'm watching Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm like, you know what? If they said, yeah, we're gonna bring her back as Sarah Connor for a Terminator reboot because we couldn't get back. Why am I blanking on her name? The one who played Sarah Connor. And because we can't get her back, I'd be okay. She's got Sarah Connor moments in there, definitely. I generally didn't have any issues with any of the characters I'm seeing. A lot of them are just cannon fodder for Jason. Like all of, I think her name is Allison. That's the granddaughter's friends. All of her friends die, which is very sad. I will say though, a scene that made me and everyone crack up in this theater was one of her friends. And you see this in the trailer, is babysitting this kid, is nannying this kid. And he's clearly a modern kid because he's like, yeah, we're going to do some abracadabra. Your friend's going to smoke weed. It's like, what? No, it's a magic trick. Oh, come on. What are you kidding me? You're going to smoke weed. It's like, you tell your mom about the weed. I tell your mom about your browser history. So he's a cool little kid. And then Jason comes and that scene you see in the trailer where he's in the closet. And I'm going to say right there, how Jason gets to some places, look, it was always that he's the boogeyman. He just appears. He's this shape. But there's logic still in how he kind of moved around in some cases. I don't know how he got in this house without them seeing him. I don't get that. Because I'm thinking, okay, they left the door open. All right. He's clear. We see him. Well, we see his POV from outside looking in at the house. But then we see them close the door. We never see him in the shot. We never see him like walk in behind them or just kill, which he would have just probably killed them. How did he get in the house? The doors are, I had to assume he just went through one of the other doors. That's my best guess. And yeah, there's some homages to the original too. The boyfriend of that chick, he stabs through the back and pins to a wall with a knife. So that was pretty, I'm like, all right, yeah, we're going some gore here. We see in the background him beating a guy, like a gas station attendant to get his clothes with a hammer. We see another guy, the owner of the gas station, just his jaw just beaten. We see him beat the two reporters we see in the beginning, the ones that, Michael, I have something for you, bashes his head in and breaks her neck. So, and that's, honestly, that's not even a tip of it. We see his hand get blown up. We see some pretty heavy stuff gore-wise. We do. It is actually pretty intense. But I digress. The point is, he's like, could you check for monsters in the boogeyman and stuff like that? Don't forget to close the closet. And the minute he pops out, the kid just goes, oh shit! And we all just cracked up. Don't go out there! You're gonna die! Yeah, and he was a black kid, so it was that. Oh shit! Done from a little kid's perspective. Security. Probably they see my lights. I'm probably like, what is he doing? So that got a good laugh. But no, this film this is a really well made film. It is slow. It takes its time. The movie started around 8:30. Got like 8 trailers. So about 12 minutes worth of trailer. Let's just say 10. 10 is usually the average because 2 of them were pretty short. 2 minutes worth of, or 10 minutes worth of trailers, 8:40. The movie just got down around 10:30-ish. So the movie's not even 2 hours. I will say the first part does drag until we get to Michael actually escaping. But that was par for the course anyway in the original film. So, yeah, the original film is a slow film. This does take its time, but it's a bit more modernized in that. It does hurry things along to some degree. It does. So, I will say once again, we never truly see Michael's face. It's either glimpses, like side profiles, or just blurry images of what his actual face looks like. But from the way I gather it, first off, he's in the 70s, and I was led to believe we'd see how like a 70-year-old Michael Myers kind of tries to kill and handle things at 70 years old. No, he's still a monster of strength. He's still a brick shit house, all things considered. Can't survive a fucking shotgun to the fingers, though, so there's that. His fingers, his one weakness. And buckshot. But when looking at him, like, I get a little bit of a James Cromwell look vibe from him. For anyone who sees the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. He does have a bit of on certain sides you can see he does have a bit of a beard. He's got a very short haircut. In certain aspects, he looks a bit like James Cromwell, but I doubt that. I'll probably look it up when I get home, who played Michael Myers, but he does look a little James Cromwell-ish. And I think that would be in the right age range. But yeah, if there's anything I can really not harp on, but if I had a problem, I get it from a story perspective. is that her relationship with her daughter, Laura's relationship with her daughter, and she's basically branched out because her childhood was, training to use weapons, basically training for Michael to, show up. She's distanced herself from her as far as she can. Absolutely. And she's, living life happily, all that. But Michael Myers still exists. You know Michael Myers exists. You know your mother. You know the whole bit with your mother, and I believe you even know that he's your fucking uncle. So, I can get not being a survival nut like your mom, all that, and just kind of crazy. I can completely get that. But when your mom does sneak into your house, and granted she's rambling, she doesn't even tell him that Michael escaped, but because you don't have locks or you don't have a security system, I'm sorry, you have a notorious serial killer as your uncle. You know what? Her mom's kind of right for bitching her out a bit on that. No, you were dumb for this. You were effing dumb for this. Now, granted, it does come back to play because for a while, near the end, Michael is trying to get into the safe room, which, spoilers a little bit, it's not a safe room. Get into the safe room. And he breaks it down. But all the while, they're sitting there and they're crying a bit. It's like, oh, God, I'm like, and all the while I'm looking, it's like, there's weapons there. There's guns. There's a whole rack of them. Would you like to try a gun? There's a gun. And then she looks at the gun like, okay, they are going the gun route. Oh, man. And yeah, when we get to those scenes of the confrontation, I would have liked maybe a little more confrontation between, Laurie and Michael. There is like a brief, like 2 or 3 second moment when they're actually fighting where he's not immediately trying to kill her. It's like he's trying to figure out what should he do. So there is that, but yeah, I maybe would have liked a bit more. That one's a nitpick though, more so than the other. The other one is a little bit of a complaint. Like, from a character standpoint, I get why you distance yourself and you don't live this crazy fanatical life, but you should, on the off chance, at least have a security system. And maybe a gun in the house. Maybe that's it. I also say that the husband, God bless him, I didn't miss him when he got killed. I'm like, I can't blame, I can't really say I'm going to miss you. Just because, like, come on, I can protect my family. I know jujitsu. It's like, shut up. Shut up. Man. And then that was another thing. The boyfriend, the one who gets stabbed to the wall, early in her film starts saying, like, wow, I know he like killed 5 people, but in today's era, all the problems going on today, that really doesn't mean much, does it? And all the while, I'm just thinking, shut up, you millennial asshole. Shut the fuck up. I don't give a shit what you say. Her family, 5 families minimum, or something like that. 5 people were killed that night. The killer is, and they don't believe the killer's related, but Michael's related to them, but Michael is related. Michael went after her grandmother. He may do it again if he ever got out, which he did. So shut up, you little bitch. And the guy's a bitch. I'm not calling her a bitch, but shut up, you dumbass, which they do tell him to shut up. So I'm like, wow, the movie's self-aware. Thank God. Last thing is that the new Loomis, he's trying to say, don't hurt Michael, I want to understand Michael. And then he kills, apparently, the original cop from, I don't know if it's the same actor, from the original Halloween that was like deputy on call. It's like, so this is what it feels like, Michael. It's like, okay, so our new Loomis has gone loopy. Look, I guess it's better than not going the same route as Professor Loomis, but at the same time, really? You're going crazy guy? Crazy fucking doctor? Okay. Well, he is German, it sounds like, anyway. It is what it is. Anything else I can point out? Overall, it's a good time. It's a good time. Yeah, I know, a little spoiler at the end. I'm already spoiling this, putting spoilers here. Yeah, they basically incinerate Michael in the house. Apparently the safe room is actually a trap to keep Michael down there. And yeah, it's insane. He basically just burned the house down within a minute. Now, I didn't stay throughout the credits. Maybe there's a post-credit scene where he did survive. I'm going to assume he did not. This seemed pretty, now, they could do it, but at 70-something years old, even Michael Myers might be a little hard pressed to survive that when he had no way of getting out. So, I don't know, maybe. But I doubt they're going to do a sequel. This seemed like the right send-off for the franchise in that light. But overall, no, I liked the movie. I actually really liked it. Would I say it's perfect? No, it's still slow-paced. And that was fine with me for the most part. Some parts I'm like, wasn't as big a fan from a practical standpoint of the daughter, Laurie's daughter, because I get distancing, but understand you should at least try to actually keep your home safe, especially when you do have a psychotic killer that went after a member of your family, just in case. But then again, her mom may have probably went to such an extreme that, what are you gonna do? And I will say that the new Loomis's I'm crazy, I'm going to wear Michael's mask and all that aspect, I'm like, nah. I can't say that worked very well for me. It is different, but different isn't always better, and I can't say that was better, in my opinion. I'll go 8 out of 10. It was a good movie. This is your Halloween movie for the month, by the way. You should enjoy it for, what is it now? Halloween's next month, right? Or next month. Next week, right? No, Halloween's actually the week after next, if I'm not mistaken. What's the date today? It's the 18th? So, yeah, Halloween's next week. It's the Wednesday. So, yeah, that's exactly it. Anyway, though, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, wait, I still got some trailers to talk about. Wow. Let's see here. My bad. I got, crap, I really wrote this down. Poorly. What? Widows. That was it. Widows. It was a short trailer for Widows. I've seen the longer trailers for it. I'm looking forward to it. That looks like a good movie. No, wait. I wrote down Widows. So what did I have? Oh, mid-90s. That's it. Apparently Jonah Hill's first directorial debut? First time directing? I think. Not my cup of tea, really. It looks like, it looks like a movie done in a documentary style, like shooting style. Not really feeling that one. Then Widows. Robin Hood. I'll say this. I don't hate the trailers for this. I also didn't hate the trailers for Arthur Legend of the Sword. King Arthur Legend of the Sword. And I didn't like that movie overly much. I will say, though, the fact that they're not cramming, like, pop songs in this, like they had, and I liked Zeppelin, and I love Zeppelin. Zeppelin's my favorite band. But, it made the trailers cool for King Arthur, but ultimately it didn't help because it shows we're going to modernize this a bit. They're not doing that with Robin Hood, which I can at least appreciate. So maybe this one won't be as bad. I love Taron Egerton, Ben Mendelsohn, Jamie Foxx. I love all those guys. So maybe it'll be good. The Curse of Lolona, or something along those lines. The Curse of Lolona. I think it's Lolona or something like that. Now, I actually probably would have had a more, reaction, jump scare reaction, had I not actually watched the trailer earlier. So, I actually watched it earlier today, as a matter of fact. So I'm like, oh, this, okay. I can say this, it's probably going to be jump scary. It'll probably earn those jump scares, to be fair. It looks creepy. Okay, this is a new one. Escape Room. Essentially, people go into one of those escape rooms, got to figure out how to escape the room. You get $1 million if you escape the room. But it's like, hey, you might die in this scenario. So, yeah, we're going to do an escape room, and you're going to go through room trying to escape, or else you'll die. I'll admit, it's not a new idea. They've done those ideas before, I believe. But, yeah, it's still a pretty good, it's still a pretty interesting looking trailer. Makes you wonder how you'd handle that scenario. Like a 30-second trailer for Overlord. I'm already down for Overlord. Same with the 30-second trailer for, what was it? Oh, no, we did get a 30. That was the other one. Pet Sematary. I'm not even a big fan of the first one. It is like one of those old school horror films, which is kind of fun, but not a big fan of that one. That was never it. I'll give it this. It has this creepy vibe. It's got John Lithgow. Glass, the newest trailer for that. I'm down for that. I'm going to be there for open night for that one. And then, see, I knew this movie was coming. I never saw the original Happy Death Day, but Happy Death Day to You. It apparently we're gonna watch. She gets stuck back in the loop, and she's not sure. So they say, "Well, try killing yourself to save us, because we're caught in the loop too." And she tries doing that. It's like, nope. And in one scene, I think they kind of spoiled. Now, here's the thing: they're clearly playing it up for the horror comedy aspect of it now. But I think we saw like a Hadron Collider, some sort of science experiment gone wrong, which caused temporal shifts or something. I think because we see one guy looking at a different version of himself. So ultimately, yeah, we're getting all wacky on this, but it's being played up for a horror comedy view. So yeah, I'm okay with it. I am. I didn't see the first. I heard the first was actually. I've read the plot of it, so I know everything. And they even explain. If you haven't seen it, spoilers in the trailer. They explain how the last one went. But ultimately, yeah. But yeah, that's my thoughts on trailers. Thoughts on the Halloween. I liked it. I thought it was pretty solid. And I'm not a big horror guy. I should make that a big proponent right now. I'm not a horror guy, so if I can say a horror movie's pretty good, you can take that into the bank. Of course, again, it's all my opinion, so what do I know? Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, superhero, magic, what if, anything I do on this channel, put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll do a review of it at some point. Discussion videos, whatever. Next week, I'm hoping The Old Man with a Gun gets released soon, like either to my, because I checked, it's neither here at the Cinemark or here at the local theater, or a small theater. But I would like to, because my girlfriend wants to see that. Otherwise, it's going to be either Hunter Killer, Johnny English 3, or I can't remember the third one coming out. I know it's not great pickings coming out this next week, but who knows. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time, folks. Ooh, let's try that again. Yeah.